There is one truth most men will never hear, not in books, not in movies, not even from her. She wants things in bed that she will never, ever say out loud. And when you miss them, it doesn't just disappoint her, it quietly reshapes her desire for you. She feels it in her body, in her limbic system, in the subtle dopamine spikes her brain craves. And you're left wondering why she seems distant afterward. It's not your fault. Society never handed you this manual. Movies taught you fantasy. Friends gave you myths. Nobody sat down and explained what actually lights up a woman's mind and body in intimacy. That's why almost every man fails, not because he's bad, but because he simply doesn't know. And yet, there's a way in, something almost forbidden, something I've seen shift relationships, sometimes in a single night. My name is Luna John, and female psychology has been my world for over a decade. I've watched men go from clueless to irresistible when they understand what women truly want. The stuff they never say, the stuff that ignites deep attraction without a single word. Today, I'm going to reveal 7 things women crave from a man in bed. 7 secret desires that will make her feel understood, desired, and connected like never before. Number 7 is almost never used, and when it is, it changes everything. Almost nobody knows it exists. The first thing she wants is what I call the anchored presence. Most men think passion is about wild energy, loud moans, or frantic motion, but she doesn't respond to that. Her parasympathetic nervous system craves calm confidence, a grounded, steady presence that tells her she's safe, wanted, and completely caught up in the moment with you. It's why she notices the way you hold her, how your eyes never wander, the way your touch lingers just long enough to make her feel anticipated. When you embody this, something subtle happens. Her breathing changes, her dopamine spikes. She starts to relax into the moment, letting herself feel desire fully without distraction. It's not a trick. Evolutionary psychology shows that women's bodies respond to signals of safety and focus, that oxytocin release that deepens connection is triggered by exactly this. Imagine you're holding her hand, your forehead near hers, slow, deliberate movements. She feels wanted in a way most men never achieve. Contrast this with what almost every man does, rushing, distracted, trying too hard. She senses it instantly. Her body tenses. The limbic system picks up the misalignment, and desire wanes without her even saying a word. But when you stay anchored, when you show presence instead of performance, she feels it, she notices, she remembers. And this is only the beginning. Because point number 2, that's where most men lose her completely. And they never even know why. And here's where it gets tricky. And almost every man trips up without realizing it. Point number 2 is what I call the emotional mirror. Most men think intimacy is purely physical, but her mind and heart are running the show in ways you don't see. When you reflect her feelings, her subtle tension, her teasing smiles, the tiny shifts in her breathing, she feels understood on a level almost nobody reaches. This isn't just empathy. This is science. Her brain releases oxytocin and dopamine simultaneously when she senses alignment between her emotions and yours. It's addictive, but most men are too busy thinking about technique to notice. Picture this. She's whispering something playful, almost shy, testing the waters. Most men respond mechanically, trying to impress, missing her cues entirely. But you notice the way her eyes soften, the slight bite of her lip, the rhythm of her exhale. You match her tempo. You mirror her playfulness. And suddenly, she feels safe, desired, and in sync with you. That connection? That's pure chemistry, and it can't be faked. If this is hitting different, tap the like button. It helps this reach men who genuinely need it. Point number 3 is the contrast pull. This one is almost invisible to most men, but brutally effective. Women's brains respond to contrast, novelty against stability, intensity against calm. It's why her body reacts when you alternate between slow, deliberate touches and sudden bursts of confident movement. Dopamine spikes. her parasympathetic system heightens. She feels tension and release, anticipation and surrender all in one encounter. Most men, they stay flat. Same speed, same pressure, same predictability. But a grounded man, you, introduces subtle variation, a change in tone, a gentle whisper, a brief pause before a kiss. It sends her nervous system into a delicious state of arousal. She doesn't understand why it excites her so much. She can't articulate it, but she feels it in every fiber of her body. And here's the kicker. Most men never get this. They don't see her reactions because they're too focused on themselves. But when you master this, you create moments she replays at 3 a.m., moments that linger long after the encounter ends. But this is nothing, absolutely nothing, compared to what comes next. Because point number 4, this is where desire turns into obsession, where curiosity becomes longing, where a single act can imprint you in her mind in a way almost nobody ever achieves. And very few men even realize it exists. She's waiting for it, even if she doesn't know it herself. And you're about to learn how to deliver it. Point number 4 is what I call the silent command. It's the kind of subtle energy shift that makes her stomach flutter without a single word. Her breathing changes, her pupils dilate. She feels it in her chest before her brain even understands why. Most men think seduction is loud, overt, or physical. But she's responding to signals you don't even need to announce. A confident pause, a gaze that holds her attention, a slight adjustment in your body that says, I'm here, and you are mine to explore in every sense. Picture this. You're in a softly lit room. She's talking, brushing her hair back, laughing lightly. But her eyes keep flicking to you. She doesn't realize it, but your grounded presence, your awareness of every subtle cue, has her attention completely. Her heart beats a little faster. She's aware, more conscious of you than the room, than the conversation, than anyone else. And she can't stop thinking about the tension you've created. She replays this moment at 3 a.m., wondering why she can't get it out of her mind. And she doesn't even know why. Most men will miss every one of these signals, their whole lives. But you're here. You're learning. You're already different. You're becoming the kind of man who elicits desire before a single word is spoken. This is exactly what I see in my work. In my years studying this, I've watched men completely transform their intimacy simply by understanding these invisible signals. Women respond to presence, contrast, and energy alignment more than almost anything else. It's primal, it's biological, and it's the secret 97% of men never even consider. Her mind races, her body responds. She's caught in a loop of anticipation and fascination, wondering how you do it, why it feels so intense, why she wants more. And it's all because you understood the psychology she can't articulate. You didn't need to push, to perform, to overcomplicate. You simply tuned in and she notices. But there is one final piece. And this one, I almost didn't include it. Because once you know this, you cannot unknow it. Once you implement it, it changes everything. Desire, connection, and the way she experiences intimacy forever. It's the kind of knowledge almost nobody shares. But when you have it, you're not like other men. You become unforgettable. The final piece, the one almost nobody talks about, is what I call the memory maker. Women feel it, but they rarely explain it. It's not just about technique or intensity or even connection. It's about creating moments that her mind and body will replay long after the night ends. When you do this, she doesn't just want you in the moment. She remembers you, craves you, and associates you with feelings she can't get anywhere else. Her limbic system imprints it. Dopamine surges. Oxytocin anchors the memory in her subconscious. This is why some men linger in her thoughts for years and others vanish after a night. Here's how it works step by step. First, be fully anchored. Your presence is the canvas. Second, tune in to her subtle emotional shifts. Mirror them, amplify them, make her feel understood. Third, contrast your energy, slow and deliberate, then confident and intense. Fourth, use micro moments of the silent command, the gaze, the pause, the slight shift that communicates dominance without aggression. And finally, add a personal touch that's uniquely hers, a whispered observation, a gentle teasing, a movement that makes her feel recognized and cherished in a way nobody else has. That's the memory maker. That's what transforms attraction into obsession. Let's walk through this one more time, step by step. 1. Anchored presence. 2. Emotional mirror. 3. Contrast pull. 4. Silent command. 5. Memory maker. Each layer builds on the last. Together, they create a man who isn't just desired in the moment, but unforgettable afterward. You now have a roadmap that almost no other man ever discovers. Most men go their entire lives never understanding any of this. They wonder why nothing clicks, why she seems distant, why the moment never arrives. But you came here. You stayed. You learned. That alone makes you different. You're already moving into a category of man she can't ignore. If this opens something in you, subscribe and turn on notifications. Next week, I'm revealing something women feel in the first 30 seconds of meeting a man. You do not want to miss that. Comment desire below. I read every single one. Remember this, the men she never forgets aren't the ones who try the hardest. They're the ones who understand her without explanation. They're the ones who make her feel alive. That's the secret every man should know. And now you do.